In 10 years' time, how do you vision the community will look like?
Right. So I would like to see the community in a better place.
Yeah.
Whether that happens or not.
We'll see in 10 years.
But what I envision is a community where services are accessible to everyone, regardless where you live. My motto since I come out of rehab and I do what I do is, which is on here, no one should be left behind.
Oh, there! Yeah, sing this. I love that.
So that's my kind of motto, and that's what I do in regards of advocacy for mental health, disability rights. You know, I do a lot. I don't know if you know about obviously what I do. So besides my counselling job,
could you tell us a bit about what else you do? So
besides my counselling job, I advocate for mental health services.
Oh, brilliant, amazing.
So getting, delivering or making people aware that these services are available and are, you know, available for everyone, regardless of your ethnicity, your background. I don't care if you're a murderer and you need help. People need help.
Do you know what? I think murderers are the people who really, really need help. So, you know,
you can't necessarily grudge, you know, and especially in this job, I tried not to put my judging up as much as whereas if I was a normal citizen going to the shop, as much as it's hard to do, to take that hat off and put the hat back on, when you're in the community, it is quite hard because you are trying to change what somebody brings to you, which is not necessarily always good mind.
No, of course, absolutely.
But in 10 years, I would like to see this community as an all-inclusive community for everybody.
Amazing.
Regardless of where you're from, where you're born, and your background. Everybody deserves the services. The services are there for a reason for people to access them.
Sorry.
So, Craig, do you have any plans and events coming up?
Right, okay. So we've got one coming on Easter, which is on Sunday.
Is that the party?
An Easter party? Valley Miners, Edie Valley Miners, sorry.
Is that here?
Not here.
Okay.
There is one here, mind, on the Saturday.
All right, because I saw a leaflet, see?
Yeah. There's one here on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's one in Edie Valley Miners in Tonravel.
That's with Jodie.
That's with Jodie, Family Supporting Families.
Shout out Jodie.
Shout out Jodie, Family Supporting Families.
Icon. Yeah.
Hey guys, that's my badge on. So there is events coming up. One of the most important events that is coming up is on the, I want to say the 14th or the 15th of April, which is to do with the food bank and the Trussell Trust.
Oh, tell us more, please. I love food and I love banks.
So it is.
It is cool and amazing.
And I love banks. There is a couple of events coming up. So we got our Monday, Wednesday, Thursday groups running in Family Supporting Families.
Awesome.
So they're every day, well, on the day, every week.
And what sort of groups are they?
So on the Monday, we've got Digital Cafe and our Monday mornings group, which is at 10 o'clock.
So is that Digi Cafes on Monday morning? Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody's got any problems, if they can't navigate their technology devices,
cool,
then they can come in and then we can navigate around that.
Sounds fab. Get your nan in.
Yes. So we've had quite a few elderly people through the door, to believe it or not.
Well, actually, no, I do believe it because technology is moving very quickly. And if you've lived in an age where there wasn't much technology, they're going to be like, what's going on? But so it does make sense.
And it's a really tangible service. You know, it's something that should be there. Regardless anyway.
Fab.
And then we've got our Monday mornings then, which is in the same building, in the same room. But if you want to offload, we can take you into a separate room, or we can go up to Greg's, obviously, just to have that chat.
Oh, so it's like a safe space for you to just let loose a little bit.
Space,
Oh, amazing.
Chat, coffee, come in. Any problems, if we can do anything to help, then we will try and help.
Oh, amazing. I'll probably pop in.
And then we've got our
Yeah.
Self-defense class.
Self-defense.
For CIC in
Pwllgwaun, Pontypridd.
I wanted to say Hopkinstown, but
It's next
Hopkinstown
door.
is on the opposite side.
Yeah,
of it,
it's like 5 minutes up the road.
It's like Cllr, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one way in, one way out, and then it's divided.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So yeah, and that's how Cllr Craig and I know each other. Obviously, I volunteer and have attended as a survivor initially.
And myself.
Yeah,
you know,
and then you and Jodie started coming with your. I say gang because there's a gang, I feel like.
Yes, it is a gang.
And that's how we've met, and we are vast friends, aren't we, darling?
Yes, yeah.
I love it. So you were telling me about parties, Easter parties coming up?
Yeah, so we've got one Saturday, which is here.
Amazing. How much is that?
No, I'm not running it. It's not part of my group.
Right,
but
okay.
Advertising is out on social media.
Okay, well, I'll add
I can gather
the poster.
On the Saturday, ours Family Support and Families event, it's in relevance to supporting domestic survivors.
Okay, right, yeah. What advice would you give to someone, maybe someone who's relatively young, maybe leaving school, who's interested in a life or career in politics?
So I would like to say, listen to those with experience, because their voices are not just valid, they are vital. I would also like to say, lead, and lead with empathy. Let compassion guide decisions, and your decisions, your leadership, and your service.
I think
and by lifting others up, because whether through interaction or attending services, interaction and communication is really vital.
Yeah, definitely.
So I believe that if you're in that kind of illumination, please reach out.
Amazing. So, would you be open to, like, if someone watching right now is like thinking, oh, sure, I'd like to be like Craig, if they could give you a message, like, and for advice.
Yeah.
Or,
So be truthful to yourself. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Listening, because it's really important to listen to what they've got to say.
Yeah,
because
of course.
You could misinterpret what they say, and then you could make a decision where it could come back to bite you.
Yeah.
So listen, give empathy, because everybody deserves a bit of empathy regardless of their position.
Agreed. That's very good advice.
Make sure that you look after yourself, because that again is important. So always put yourself first.
Amazing.
It is nice to put somebody before you, but I've been there where I've given, and it broke me. So my vision is completely different, and my set motto is completely different to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm more focused now. I listen, I adapt. I've gone through it, and sharing again, and that's another thing as well, is be confident, because if you're not confident, silence breaks stigma.
I love that.
If you want to stand up for people, it comes from the heart. So it's not something that it's given to you overnight, and it's not something that you can learn. It comes from the heart. So if you've got that,
it's like community driven, wanting to actually make a change.
I grew up on a council estate, and I've seen like my family, some families go through it where you've got to be in the deep end to pull yourself back out.
Of course, yeah. I mean, trauma in a way it's harsh, but it's like trauma teaches you. It is all about life lessons,
and life was completely different back in the 80s, 90s.
How old are you?
36.
Are you that old?
37, actually.
Are you? Wow, I was going to say, like, 80s. So you're like 6 years older than me. So it's like...
I'm an 89 child.
89? Oh, wow.
So I grew up in the early 90s.
Wow, from the dark ages.
You know, experience fuels advocacy, doesn't it? So, yeah, it's something that I was given and I've grown, and it's something that I refuse to be silenced.
Good for you. Absolutely.
And that's only because that I've seen so many people being I've been homeless. You know, I've gone through domestic violence. I was homeless for 18 months. I lived in I camped in the farmer's field for 2 nights. But anyway, that's besides the point. But the advice I would give is be confident, speak the truth, and lead with empathy. And if you think that you're right and you've got the backing of the majority, go for it. Like I said, if I didn't go through what I've gone through, I probably would have been the same person who I seen when I was homeless in temporary accommodation.
Yeah.
Tucked in the corner, silenced, in her laptop. I tried to break communication to her. I did eventually break it the second time I went up to her. But there's people in this in our society that are like that hasn't got a voice, that are scared to speak out. But unfortunately, I am not. And yes, you know, I'm a part of the Labour Party. There's not things that, you know, I believe everything what Keir Starmer does. But, you know, if it wasn't for the Labour Party, I wouldn't have had a good education, and I wouldn't have. And if it wasn't for the Labour Party, we wouldn't have probably had a building erected in our community like this, who again, you know, the money came from one of our fantastic borough councillors, Ivan Roberts, again, massive shout out. She's my inspiration.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it like that, because she's done so much, and I want to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, if I reach 60 years old or 70 years old and had a portfolio like Ivan's, I'd be happy.
Oh, that's so adorable. Oh, I love that. She's your inspiration.
She does go above and beyond.
Yeah.
For her community.
What a woman. Queen. I love that. Oh, well, thank you for answering.